Hey everyone, I am sitting here doing a small journal, and I have the cover made. I just haven't, this is the outside, this is the inside, my journey. Super cute little cover. Let me see. I know y'all are gonna ask me. The cover is 4.5 by 6. 4.5 by 6. So the inside pages are just variations to fit inside that, okay? Okay. All right, so I am going to put a little flip right here. I always like to add a little interest. I could make it go up, but it's easier when they're writing to want to go that way. So let me ink the back side. And I have a really big mess, and I normally don't work well in messes, but that's what's going on over here. I got some big old messes going on. Some big mess. So I'm going to lay that flat like that because I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to use some washi tape, which means I will put some glue stick on there. So how are y'all? That's what I'm doing. That's why I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and get on here and just record some of the process. It's not probably anything different than what y'all do in your process, but that's okay. Everybody's got a different little process going on, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. I don't have a set anything for these small journals other than how many pages I usually put in, and then how many like I put a song sheet, a book page, my little add-ins is what I like to call them. So many add-ins and so many pages. However, this book right here has a few more pages than I normally do. I always do that, and so it turns into this massive little craziness. This massive little crazy amount. Whoopsie. Let me put this like right there. I hope I'm in frame and you can't see because of my hand, but that's okay too. Let me cut a tiny bit off. A little more. You know, and this washi tape in these little folds, I always tell them, you know, if it tears, because washi tape is so thin, if it tears, just put a clear piece of tape over it, and you can still see the beautiful washi tape, and the flap still works. And then we turn it over like that, and press. And so now, in this little book, we have a little flap. How about that? That's cute. It says, strength and dignity are her clothing, and she smiles at the future. Proverbs 30, verse 3. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And then there's that. So we have some music sheets. Let me show you kind of what I'm fixing to have to go ahead and sew it in, because it's going to be rough sewing it in with all the I usually sew it in and then do all the stuff, but okay, so here's the front page, and then here is I know these solid colors, y'all, are these are shades of color from Genevieve Designs, but some of the other stuff I can't recall. So I have some coffee stain paper. Anytime I take up a space, here, I want to put this in there. Anytime I take up writing space on these small journals, I always add And if I make a pocket, I always add more writing spaces because I'm taking away a page. But here's the thing, you can write in my journal. I have a bigger journal. If I have a pocket, I still write around the pocket. And then, but I always add spots to journal, you know, like extra paper and stuff like that. So here's this page. I'm not going to put anything on here. This, I put some of those lines using the cardboard, and I added a little stream of flowers right there. And then you open it up and there's a big scripture card and a butterfly. And then I just did some stamping. And then this right here is just a little cluster on some real pretty paper. I made a tiny little pocket with a few little things on the inside of there. Super cute, right? And then I made a belly band and put a couple of things. Look at that belly band. Look how pretty that is. Yep, I like it. And then a paper doily. And I'm gonna leave this blank. There's a book page. And then here's some grid paper that I just kind of decorated up and put a few things in here. My cousin made this one. It says choose joy. So pretty, look at that. Choose joy. That goes in there like that. And I print it on the back of them, coffee stain paper, so that it's pretty on the back side as well. Some of them are not, but it's still writable. So there's that page. I may do a little stamping on this one. Let's do that real quick. So I have my little hard piece of chipboard here. Let me open it up. And then I have this little swirly stamp that I've got at Hobby Lobby years ago. So we're gonna stamp right there. It kind of decorates the page a little, but doesn't take away from any writing space, because this paper is still legible and writable. There's that. So that's cute. And see how that just kind of does a little something to the page. Because I don't want to put something on every single page, because it is a journal and you want to have places to write. But at the same time, and see, I put some little bitty tiny stamps right here on the back side of that. Here's a little cluster that says be brave. I wish I could remember who did this paper, but I scaled it down on statement size, and it's so pretty. I just did a little side tuck right there, and there's plenty room to write. I also put this pretty paper on there. It is nice with a little scripture card, and that just slides in there like that. Look how cute this is. This is my, y'all know I did that, let me pull, here it is. I did some of that tissue paper. I scrunched it all up and then did the watercolor, metallic paint on there like that. And it's so pretty to add some detail to your stuff. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Just did a little side tuck. And you can write little tiny notes here. I do that in mine. It's the same thing. I'm not putting anything over here. On this page, let me get to the middle so I can open it up. On this page, I took it out and I did a little bit of stenciling so that when you fold it, it's on both sides. Isn't that pretty? So that's what I did on that page. And just did some stamping, I put a hard piece of paper right here because I thought it was pretty instead of just the coffee stain. There's a daily read. Here's another scripture card and plenty paper to write on. I just love that. And another tuck spot, but also this pops out, and it just keeps going and keeps going. Places to write some little fun little stuff. Fun little stuff. Why don't I do a little side stamp right there? Just a little side stamp. Just right there. And that just gives it that little something so that the page doesn't look so bare. Then here's another side. But you can write up here, and also there's plenty paper to write on inside there. And I'm not going to do anything to that. That song sheet looks pretty like that. And that's what we just did right here. And that was the center right there. I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm not going to mess with that. The back side. What to do with the back side? I think I'm going to put a pocket right here for sure. And I think I want one of the bigger cards. But I've got to remember when it's sewn together. I want to make sure it's not going to hit. That's why I normally do this when it's sewn in. But, you know, it is what it is. That's going to be really, really tight right there. So, look at this one. I like that. I like that. So, I'm going to ink the outside edges up. And we're going to make a pocket. And I will put some paper in there. We're going to make a pocket right there. Let me put this underneath. Okay. So, how have y'all been? This is what I've been doing. Let me show you the other book that I've been working on. Finally finished it, and she said she wanted a small book. Today's Thursday, and she said she needed a small book too, but so that's what I've been working on. I have this from a notebook, but I like to tear this little section off right there. So let me line that up, and hopefully I don't. There we go. And that is such a big piece of paper. So I usually try to cut it down so that it fits in there. And I will say that because it will go in there somewhere as well. There is that. I love that. I've got to have plenty places to write. That's the whole point, right? But we like to do our little fun stuff to it as well. Let's see. Look at that. That is so pretty. It says embrace the journey. Here's the other side of that. I still got lots to do. Here's a little stamp I did with some Arteza gel pens. I think I have a video on that. And then I wrote love on there to in a silver metallic, so it'll look good with that ribbon. There, that is totally glued down so that you can write around it. And so I still got quite a few pages to go to do something with. Yep. And this one, I put the butterfly half on and half off. And it says, trust your crazy ideas. Look how pretty that is. Trust your crazy ideas. And then here's a pocket that I just added the lace and then a cluster. So I think I'm fixing to sew it in the book because it's going to get too difficult to sew if I add any more to it. So I'm going to sew that in the book. See, it's going to be poking out. That's what I like. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And I just put that ribbon in between the two. I went pretty far with it on the inside. And then when I sew around it, that really gives it the security that it needs. Okay, so I'm going to sew that in just a second. But let me show you this big book. Just 1 minute. All right. This big journal is crazy. I mean, look at that. I can't, you know, that is just, I told her, I said, listen, you can take some of the pages out if you want to, stick them in a folder and swap them in and out, however you want to do it. But I wasn't going to, I'm not taking anything out. I'm not taking, and the reason, this is the elastic. So, that way, look at this page. I put the Amazing Grace and then just a little flap, and it says blessed on there. A place to write on a decorative piece, you know, so that there's always room to journal. These cards, I made the little tabs, and it looks like that. Isn't that cute? Love that. Love, love, love. Here's a glassine bag that I made all these 1 pocket, 2 pockets, 3 pockets, and then this tuck behind it. So there is tons and tons of pockets right there. This one opens up. I did a stencil. I just thought that was so pretty. And it goes with this ribbon, and I did a little stenciling right there. But this book is chocked full of all kinds of goodies. I mean, it is really crazy. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Let's see. I did. The second signature is not as chunky as the first signature, but, and then I did this little layout. I just thought it was so pretty. I made it a pocket, and it says Faith, so she can write about the pictures that I put on the inside of here, because that opens up, and there's her parents and her mom and dad. Put love and blessed right there. I just thought that was so sweet. And I just put that beautiful lacy ribbon right there. Look at that page. Is that not a fun, crazy page? God is within her. She will not fall. Isn't that just pretty? Look at that. Oh, and this is her mother's handwriting. Her mother, that's a recipe for a 7-Up cake. And so I wanted that to be in there. So there's that. I mean, it's just, you know, tons. Look at this page. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it is chocked full of tons and tons of goodness. But she can, you know, since it's done with the elastic, see, there's tons of writing stuff in here. If I put a pocket, you can have, rest assured, there is going to be loads of paper to write on, which is cool. And look at this belly band. This little belly band, it says you are enough. And that is so pretty. And I went through her Facebook page and printed some pictures off of it. But I did it on just regular paper. And then that opens up. I mean, this is resume paper I like. This page is just decorative. It's embossed with a little cluster. And on this side, I put a card, and they can write around the edge. This is a beautiful lace that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I just tucked some paper in there like that. This I took out and I stenciled it, and so on the other side, it has the other half of this rose. I mean, this is just full. See, there's the other side of the rose. And I left, I didn't want to cut that flap off because, you know, it's so beautiful. So I just tucked it. Here's another pocket with that beautiful paper. I didn't put anything on it because it's just pretty. It's just pretty to look at. Here's a page that I put together. It's a little bit of that embossed paper. It's like a cardstock basically. And then I glued this down. I glued down this little, where is it? Where is it? I have a bunch of little pages from little books with paper, and I pull those out and do things with them. It's really pretty paper that you can just tear out and do stuff with. I have another one in there as well. I got these at Hobby Lobby actually. And and it says Redeemer, and it's just real pretty. And I love that scripture. And then there's some scripture. There's another one of those where I did the little tabs. I did the ticket punch, and I just did it on the card and glued it halfway on, and it looks like a tab. Isn't that cute? I did some stenciling, and I just showed you that. It's so cute. I mean, this is humongous. And so when you close it, you do that. There it is. Isn't that crazy? But I told her, I said, you can take some of the pages out, and so there's that. But anyway, so now she wanted this little smaller journal as well, so that's what I'm doing. Let me make sure all the pages are, I like to make sure all the pages are where they need to be. Let's see. Kind of just line them up a little bit. Just lining them up, putting them in the middle. Okay. Y'all, I don't make it a big deal when I put this in. Let me put that on there, and let me get my yarn. I better plug in my phone because I don't want it to die while I'm recording. I'm using my cell phone. Hold on, it's going to shake. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, so let me get my little box with all the little goodies, and get my needle out so I can, I think I'm going to put, I think I'm going to use this one. So there's one. I use plenty because I put dangles on the bottom. I put dangles on the bottom, and you know, that way there's plenty thread, or waxed thread, I should say. Get my little spongy thing. And so let me straighten this page up right there. That is so good. Now find the middle It's a mess when I do this, yes, but it's okay. It's okay. It turns out nice. Turns out like I want it. And then I put it in there. Try to center it. And then, where's my little pokey tool? And put it on there like that. Find the center as best I can. Poke it through. And do the same over here. Poke it through. This is a Stampin' Up! Pokey tool. I love it. There we go. It's all in there. And then it's hard to get that needle in because I have Tyvek in the middle of this book. I have Tyvek in between the pages that I glued down. And, well, Connie Lynn, I normally don't do that. I don't miss my pages. That's crazy. Can't believe I did that. Normally do not do that. But because I am on video, it's going to do that. Of course. Of course. And then this side's not going to be lined up because I moved everything. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. And then there's that. I know, I'm probably like making somebody a nervous wreck because I'm not, because I didn't clip nothing or anything like that. You know, I just don't. Whoopsie, sorry. I just don't. I never have, and I probably should, but I don't. I want to make sure I don't pierce any of the thread. And get on the opposite side. There we go. I know y'all are probably thinking, oh my God, hey look, I did that pretty darn close. I know y'all are probably thinking, oh my gosh, and then I'm pulling it pretty snug. And then I'm going to, let me make sure it's snug back here. And it is. And it's on both sides of that. So there we go. Just going to tie it in a couple of knots. So that it ain't going nowhere. There we go. There we go. So good, so good, so good. I'm so glad that it's right, because I didn't even look. Holy cow, that would have been really, really bad. And so now I have plenty, because I put all the beads down here hanging, so there's plenty of that. And so yeah, so now it's all sewn in. It's all sewn in. Love it, love it. Now I don't have to fight it anymore. I never do that either. I never wait to sew it in when I'm doing a book. I don't know why. This is the first time I did this like this, but I thought it was really, really cute, you know, to add that, just because. And then and I didn't take away from anything to write on. So there's that. I just love that. And then there's that. Okay. So, love it, love it. That's a cute little page. And then there's that song sheet. That flip out. There's the middle. There's the other side of the song. There's that little page I just think so cute. The other side of that daily read. This page, I did not want to take away from that. I mean, I could, that, you know, I could clip that off and that's, you know, but I don't know. There's the other side of that I did. Just because it just, you know, this is done with the oxide ink. So, you can write on that. It's no big deal. You can write on that. I just love that. Embrace the journey. Look how pretty that is. That's sweet. Embrace the journey. So now I've got an idea what I need to do. I know back here is going to need some pockets put in and all the things because there's not really any. There's that. That is so pretty. So pretty. That is a pocket, so we can put some journal pieces. Let's put some journal pieces in there. And I think this is going to be too tall. But I don't want to cut any off of it. I mean, I could and then use that for a tuck somewhere else. So I'm going to take about that much off. And then you can see what I do with that. I'll just fold that in half. I mean in thirds. There's that. And that is a glorious place to write. Love that. We'll pop a little bit of color in there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're looking over here. This is, you can write on this, but I think I want a pretty card with some of the pinks on it. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16. 5 and 4 or 3 and 4. I don't know. Can't read it. So that's pretty, right? That's so cute. That's pretty on that page. So we're going to put a little pocket. And I'm like, okay, Lord, guide my hands because I want the right scripture cards in here for the right person, for the person that's getting this. Let it be everything they need. And, you know, the cool thing about it is you know, you put a scripture card in here, and when they get it, they may not need it that day, but they open this up, and all of a sudden, bam, it hits them. You know, scripture is good like that. So I have this little sheet here, and I'm going to put that in there because that is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then watch this. This is fun. This is fun. Look at that. I love the way that looks, just poking out of there like that. Love it. All right. I haven't made any paper clips for this one yet. I guess I should make a paper clip. We should make a paper clip. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do that. So, let me cut that down. Just cause, and then we're gonna ink it up. And we're gonna make a paper clip and put a scripture. I like to do the other side too, so if it's not folded just right. We're going to do a paper clip. I need a piece of really pretty little piece of ribbon. We're going to use this ribbon. What did I do with that needle? I need to put it in there. Did y'all see what I did with it? I guess, oh, there it is. I don't ever not put it away. There. Okay, so let's make a paper clip real quick. And then we'll get off of here and I will continue to work on this and get it finished. But it's hard for me to do it. There, isn't that pretty? We will put a little cluster on it because, you know, you cannot make a paper clip without a cluster. Just because. This has got a little bit of a cardstock, so it will be a little thicker. And then we'll put that in there. Oops, I need the ribbon. Ribbon first, ribbon first. I need the ribbon first. Put that in there like that. And then just pull it through. Just pull it through. Ba-bam. And I will kind of snip the snip that because they're going to be way too long. And I will push it and make that really a snug fit right up there with this cardstock. And I'm pulling and then push down. You see that? Pulling that ribbon and then pushing down. Okay, so now I want to put the glue in there. I'm using art glitter glue because it dries really fast. Just put it all in there, in between that. There we go. You see all that glue in there? I feel a sneeze coming. The pollen and everything is so high right now. I want that more in the middle. It's gonna work just like that. Okay, so there. Now we have this pretty little paper clip. It's pretty on both sides. And then this up here, I want to cut it. And so there's that. I'm saving that because I use those little tiny Tim Holtz paper clips, and I usually put them somewhere. So when I put that on there like that, I can get a real pretty little scripture card and stick up underneath it and not take away from the page. And so when they want to write, they can just pull it off or whatever they want to do to that page. See? Makes it nice. And then I could just leave that right like that because it's so pretty just by itself. But I want to add, I love that when I use the paper that is, you know, a little bit decorative, it's really nice. So let's add a little stamp over here. Sometimes I'll go down the whole side. Watch this. Sometimes I'll go down the whole side of the stamp, the page, just like that. And then look at that. Look at that. It just dressed up the page. It just gave it a whole nother look. How beautiful is that? And then I'll stick this little scripture card in there. And then ba-bam. Look how pretty that page is. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love that hanging off the top. Okay, let me find a place to put a little tiny Tim Holtz. Because I love, love, love to do that. Let's do it on this page. Let's do it on this page up here to hold that flap together. So what I do, simple, simple, simple. Just grab, let me get one of the dark ones. Look, this has got a magnet and I just pop it up there. I love it. Okay, so what I do is I just get a piece of this lace and I fold it in half and then again. And sometimes I have to pull out that little, you see I have to pull that out a little bit, and then I just slide that inside there. Whoops, I didn't get all of them. There we go. And I slide it all the way around to the top. And there we go. You have a cute little something something at the top. So when you put it on there, you've got that little bit of funness hanging out the top. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Love it, love it. And it is pretty on both sides. Isn't that neat? Just love that. So that's done. This side of the book is like jam up good. It's the back side now. That is so pretty. I'm not doing anything to that because I want plenty places to write. This is a journal after all. This is a journal. All right, so I just want to give this page some something something. So I'm going to go a little further over with the stamp. There we go. There. Now look at that. Isn't that pretty? That looks really good together. Then we have that. And I just don't want... I could just do a little tiny side tuck right here. What can I use that is just a real pretty paper, but I need like a cardstock. I need like a cardstock paper, but I don't know what I would use so right offhand because we are, I don't think I have any over here. Do I have any cardstock laying here? Ooh, I do. I have this. I have this. Oh, wait. I have this. Let me ink that up and put that. I don't know. Do I want it that wide? And it would be a really cute. You see the real faint rose on there? Isn't that pretty? I can do a little words on there. Put a little flower. Let's see. Let's do a darker flower and just do one little flower. One little flower. And maybe a little piece of, this is an old, there's that. That's cute. And you know I'm going to take this little pearl off because it's too bulky. And they usually come off anyway, so I'm taking that little thing off. And I have this right here, some little lace and a little bit of something behind that. Could do like that. And then that. And then the flower. And then something underneath. Is that getting too full, too thick on a page? Because, you know, I want it to close. I want it to close. Oh, and look. So this is on the other side, and when you do this, when you open it, this little flower is too much color, but it's this paper right here is the same right there. So let me get a paler flower because I want it to kind of, you know, coordinate with the other side. Here we go. Look at that. That just gives it a little bit of color. And I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. It's just going to be a real pale something something. Or I could put a butterfly there. This, I can't tell what I'm doing with that behind it. I could just put a butterfly on there instead of a flower. And I have some butterflies. That blue is just not going to work. Let's see. Let me see. Just a second. I have some cut over here. Some little bitty ones. Just a little pale. Let's cut this out real quick. And then we're going to get off here because this video is already 45 minutes. But it's gone a little longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. Let me cut that out, and then I'll glue that on there, and we will call it a done video. How's that? Because I've still got a long way to go, and it's hard for me to work fast, and it's hard for me to work fast and talk at the same time. It's just too difficult. We're just going to put this on there like that and put a little wording, and that will be really, really a cute little tuck spot. And then it will also give that page a little bit of an added interest. And let me ink the butterfly up so that the edges aren't so, uh-oh, I forgot a spot. Plus this is a little much. There's that. I did not do the bottom of the butterfly. There we go. All right, let's ink all of that up so that there's no white edges. No white edges. No, no. I don't like the white edges showing. Let's take that off. And then we'll just put a really cute butterfly on there. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this down. Well, I say I am. There we go. This paper is so thin. So very, 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 very thin. Because it is a very old dictionary. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to glue a little extra around it because it may tear. And we don't want that. I don't want it to tear, so I'm going to put that like that. Okay. And then I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac out. And glue that down. There's that. And then just put some ribbon right on top. It is going to be right on top. That is a little much, but, and I use this because then it will come right off of this. All right, so my butterfly will go something like that. Let's do it. I'm gonna commit because you know, you don't want to overthink anything. That's the thing. You just don't, because it's too much. So don't overthink it, because you know I'm gonna make it go this way because it's gonna be looking towards the page. Okay, so look how pretty that's gonna look when you open it up. Okay, so that's gonna go just like that, but I need some kind of word to go on there as well. So let's see, let's see, something, and you know, you can cut these, so I like that state. Make it happen. Make it happen. Let's make it happen. Love that. Make it happen. I hope I didn't use that somewhere. I don't think I did. And then I take it, and it's white, so I'm going to ink it up a little. Ink it up. And, you know, I pray that, you know, the Lord gives me ideas that's going to bless the person that's getting it, you know. Because, you know, I'm doing the things that I think are pretty, of course. But at the same time, I want the recipient to be the one that's like, oh, wow, that's exactly what I needed, right? Okay, we're going to put a little bit of glue right here down the edge. Let me put this underneath the side here. And I'm going to put that right there. Right next to the fold. And I'm just going to rub it in. And of course, you know that I don't think I have, I've got to have a little bit of something on there. There's that. All right, where's my, there it is. My pokey tool. And I'm going to put this little butterfly, dress it up a little bit with that. How cute, cute, cute. Precious, just precious. All right, now let's get a scripture card to put behind that. And let's do this one, rejoice always. Let me ink it. And there's that. And I need to go eat some lunch. I haven't eaten yet today. I got up early this morning and been working on this, and I haven't eaten, so I'll go fix me something to eat. There's that. Perfect. I may have to put a little clippy on there because now look how pretty that is when you open it up. That's cute. Okay, I may do a little Tim Holtz. Let's do a little Tim Holtz. A little Tim. All right, I had some little tiny, little bit of green somewhere. What did I do with it? Well. I don't know. Here's a little really old pink lace. It's vintage old. We're talking vintage old. That is really a bright pink. I wish I had a pale pink. Let's see. We're just going to use it. I think it'll be pretty. I think it'll be okay. And I'm going to do what we did a while ago. I did not think it through as far as, it's like, oh goodness, that page is going to bulk up because of, there we go. Now I'm going to pull it all the way around and then push that back. And so I'm going to just tuck it like that. Well, I say I am. There we go. All right. There it is. That's cute. That is cute. So it stays. Look how cute. And so when they open it up, look how pretty that is. It kind of just flows together. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go get me something to eat. I'm going to fix me some center cut bacon and some scrambled eggs and a piece of toast. And it's 12 o'clock noon, but that's okay because I like it. Because I missed my breakfast and I love that. That's my favorite meal of the day. So I'm going to have breakfast for lunch. And so y'all have a great day. Be sure and hit that little subscribe. Oh, look at this. That blue. Woo! Be sure and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the little bell so you'll know when I go live. I am so excited because I want to hit that 1,000 mark, y'all. So help me out. Love you bunches. I hope you enjoy some of the walkthrough. Ooh, that's going to be a chunky thing already. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Love you bunches. Ooh, where did that, what did I just see? I love that. I don't know. I saw something. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon. Give me a thumbs up. I hope you like some of the process that I go through while I'm making these journals. It's just, it blesses my heart to do these. And I'm constantly thinking, okay, Lord, you know, give me an idea that they're going to love. You know what I mean? So, that's just a little bit of the process that I'm going through. I hope you enjoyed it. Hugs and kisses. And these are going to be some really thick babies. Look at that. Oh, God, it's so good. Thank you. Hugs and kisses. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.